Welcome to Second Generation IT Group.
Hello, my name is Ferdinand Asamoah, Director of Second Generation IT Group.
We've been in business for the past 5 years, and we have a lot of clients who have come through the school and they're doing pretty well.
We offer 18 weeks of cyber course, which runs for every Saturday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And people ask, why Second Generation IT Group? Yeah, we offer different courses in cyber. Cyber is kind of big, so we offer risk management, we offer FISCOM, we offer cloud computing, we offer pen testing, and we also offer Splunk. Courses are offered virtually. It doesn't matter where you are in the world, you can just join the course without any. It's very convenient for everybody. You can reach us on our social media. You can reach us on Facebook, you can reach us on Instagram, and you can also reach us on our website, which is secondgenerationitgroup.llc.com.
The company that provides beyond excellence.
Okay, guys, I welcome you live on SVTV Africa, the voice of the community. If you just chance on our channel, this is Daily Hustle, the name of the program. Wherever you are across the world, you can join us. We are on the internet. Just have a stable internet, just like Mr. Kelly. Internet is strong, so I'm about to have a chat with him. My name is DJ Nyame. If you just chance on our program, subscribe, like, share, drop your comments. No insults, because on our show, when you insult anybody under any comment, we delete it. But if you don't agree with the person, you can also bring your suggestion or whatever you think. Yeah. So today I'm going straight. Flight number DHW 1642 Concorde plane. I think the third time I'm going straight to Kenya to go and have a chat with this fine gentleman. It's all over on social media. You see him on TikTok, Instagram, and all that. Been giving some motivational messages and all that. Today we want to know him. So I called him today to come on my show. So we have a chat and know him. After this video, you can just write this website down, www.jmillerbeauty.com. Those in abroad, jmillerbeauty.com. They have lovely perfume for car freshness, and they have a lot of stuff on their website. They have discount, 20% discount. So visit the website and place order. They will do delivery to you. So just go to www.jmillerbeauty.com. The details it's on the screen. So just visit the website now. Let's go straight to Kelly Inspiration. So Kelly, tell us yourself. Where are you currently? Where are you from?
Yes, I'm born and raised in Kenya, so I'm a Kenyan.
Okay.
Yes, I'm a transformational speaker.
Okay.
Training consultant in the area of emotional intelligence, interpersonal skills, and customer service and customer care.
Okay.
That is a corporate aspect. Yes, I'm also a minister of the gospel. Yes, and among other things that I do, I'm a team building expert. I'm also an author. I've authored 3 books. My first book is titled "Seeing Beyond the Obvious," which is available everywhere. If you check my website, www.kellyinspiration.com, my books are there. That is Seeing Beyond the Obvious and Practical Ways to Overcome Procrastination.
Whoa.
Now, the third book is still in the kitchen, and I've finished the writing. It is with the publisher. That is titled The Cost for Becoming. So that is my third book that is coming in the next 1 or 2 months. It will be out for purchase.
Okay, so which part of Kenya are you from?
Yes, I live in Nairobi country. I'm in Nairobi town. That is the capital of Kenya. That is where I stay.
Okay, what about your village?
My village is in a place called Homa Bay. That is Homa Bay County. Homa Bay is in the western part of Kenya, around the lake region. I'm a fishmonger.
Yes. Oh, I see. Yes. I see. Growing up, I was live.
I was not born in the village. You've asked me a very interesting question, because that is something I've actually stated in my book, the so-called Seeing Beyond the Obvious. I gave a little of my story. Now, I was born in the village, and the very first time I set foot in the city was when I was joining university. That is Kenyatta
Okay.
University, one of the biggest university in Kenya.
Mm.
So it is education that removed me from the village. Otherwise, if it was not for education, I would still be in the village, seriously. So I was, I was raised in a broken family, broken marriage, because my mother divorced with my father when she was pregnant of me. She was
Oh,
7 months.
really?
Yes. So I was born. I was born before I completed the 9 months. Yes. So because according to I'm from a tribe called Luo in Kenya.
Luo. Okay.
Yes. According to the Luo culture, when a man has paid dowry, then children belong to him, or they can divide children in case they're divorcing. So yes, so my mother was given the option: would you want to go with the child? Would you want to, because there were two of us? She was given the option: would you want to go with this small child now that is still very young? Because I was months old when the process was completed, the process of divorce. And then she suggested that she leaves me with my dad. So I stayed with my dad, and I was taken care of by my grandmother, because he was now living with my grandmother. So I was raised by grandmother, and I can tell you, I interacted with poverty one-on-one. I had some one-on-one interaction with poverty throughout my childhood. My going to school was a struggle. Every time the head teacher comes to send people for school fee, students for school fee, I would not hesitate remaining to think, or rather wait for my name to be called. I just pack my things and start moving, because it was obvious that every time people are being sent home, I was part of them. And finished primary school, I couldn't get school fee to join high school. So I stayed home. I was doing manual work. I was shaving in barber shops. I was digging for people. I was doing all kinds of manual works to make ends meet. It's when I had wind of a Catholic priest who was starting an orphanage. That is a high school where orphans would be, by then my father died. My father died when I was in class 5. So I was a partial orphan then. So I got the opportunity to join high school. That is how I joined high school, by the grace of God. So I went to school, an orphanage. After 2 years, that is when I was informed the orphanage collapsed, because the management, they could not sustain us anymore. So I went back to the village to do my manual work. After that, my former principal called my relatives, and they came together, and that is how I went back to high school, and I finished and joined Kenyatta University. At Kenyatta University, I did BCom, that is Bachelor of Commerce. So I was a business student, and that is where I discovered my passion for speaking and started pursuing it.
Wow.
Yes.
Let's talk about the divorce.
Yes.
The divorce, did they affect you?
Now, it did not affect me, because I did not know anything. I was told, I was given the story later in life. So of course it affected me, but I didn't know I was being affected, because I was told I was sickling. I went through a lot of diseases and all kinds of things. So it affected me dearly, because I did not breastfeed well, and because of that, the immunity of the child is highly affected. So I developed all kinds of diseases when I was still young, but things went on. Growing up, I didn't have issues with diseases at all. Yes, but it affected me dearly, because I did not have the the motherly love. That one was a problem to me. I met my mother later on when I was in class 5, after the death of my father. That is when I first met her. That is when we connected. So she went and got married somewhere else, and she has a family there. So we can just meet. I go visit her. We talk here and there. Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. I see. So you have a step brothers or sisters?
Yes, I have 5 of them, 2 brothers and 3 sisters. My step from the other family that my mother went to.
Oh, okay. So going up to school to the university level, what made you want to become an inspirational speaker? I mean, is that what you do for living?
that is what I do for living. I speak for living. I
Mm.
speak for living. I do trainings.
Mm.
So I'm also called various places, learning institutions. And of course, if you organize one of these days, I'll come to Ghana. Maybe if you organize for those institutions, I'll come. I'm
Yeah.
invited in many places to go and speak. So I decided to focus because of the demand that came forth. So I
Mm.
survived. That is my way of earning income. Yes. So now, how it started, I think this is a seed that was in me from childhood. Because I could remember people telling me, even my aunts, but no, but that they would tell me, this child, you speak uniquely. Uh, we don't understand how you, because you speak beyond your age. Sometimes I would say something and they look at me like, wonder, did you say that? But your age, I mean, you shouldn't have known such kind of things at your age. So
Mm.
I couldn't understand all these things. But when I joined university, I joined a club called I Motivate. So in this club, we would go to speak to students in the nearby high schools. In fact, we just go and speak for them for free. And I
Mm.
would enjoy it. Yes, I would enjoy it seriously. Every time I had an opportunity to speak, it was kind of unique.
Mm.
My presentation would always stand out. So, but I couldn't understand myself because people would tell me, oh, you can be a good politician. Some people tell me you can be a very good pastor. Some people will tell me you can be a very good journalist. So, you can be a very good comedian. So it came to a point of my life, which is the so-called the contrary state, where you are undecided. You don't know where to go to in life.
Mm.
So what helped me from that point is when I met my mentor, who is actually a Nigerian based in Kenya. Is called Apostle Eric Israel Ukere. Now, that is the man that started shaping me very well. So it is now how I met him. He came to speak in in the university, and he spoke in a manner I told myself I would like to speak like this man. So I started following him, and I started following him whenever he's going to speak. Started following him, and that is how I got my destiny and started speaking. Now, it came to a point when I was an ardent reader, and ardent reader would acquire information, knowledge voraciously. So it got to a point when I feel I have the content, but I don't have the platform to share. And because of my life and status, no one would believe me.
Mm.
So I was asking myself, what would I do? Then I contacted someone to ask that person, what can I do because of this? Then an idea came to me to start YouTube channel. And when I started the YouTube channel, fortunately, it picked up very well. And that is how people got to know me.
Wow. Wow. I see. Nice. So you talk to people, you inspire people for a living. So someone will ask, how do you get paid? Are you somebody who is married with children? How do you feed them? How do you take care of the family with this your work?
Now, what I mentioned earlier that I'm also a corporate trainer. I do corporate trainings
Okay,
in the
training.
area of
Okay.
emotional intelligence, in the area
Mm.
of interpersonal skills, how people can relate, how people can work in harmony to achieve the set objectives of an organization. I also
Mm.
teach on customer service, customer care. How can attract and maintain the customers that you already have as an organization? So you see, that is a job on its own. So on the inspiration aspect is when I'm also invited over the same to go and speak in different places, maybe in churches, in the learning institution, and very other
Mm.
places. I tell you, these things that we do, a lot of people need them. Yes, so I'm paid for that. Of course, I'm a married man. My firstborn, not my firstborn, I have one child who is 3.5 years. He
Mm.
just joined the other day. So I'm a family man.
I hope you are not going to repeat what your daddy did to your mom.
No, 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 no. I actually made up my mind that I wouldn't do anything my dad did, so that
Uh,
I wouldn't fall in the same trap because my dad abused drugs, and because of that, I think the influence of drugs contributed majorly to the
mm.
abuse of my mom, which is quite unfortunate.
Mm.
So those are some of the things I closed my doors. I made up my mind to hell with. And you'll be surprised if I tell you, since I was born, I've never been drunk. So
Oh,
I
you
made
never
up my
take it. What
I've
about
never
smoke?
No, I have tested all of them, but I've never gotten the point that I've never experienced drunkenness. I can't remember at any point in my life experiencing that I'm now out of my mind, I'm drunk. Now, this is because of the covenant I made to myself when I was young, because of the things I used to see. I said to myself, no matter how happy this thing makes people, I wouldn't want to be so that I become like my dad. So, because of the association, sometimes you would stay with people who take alcohol and the rest. Sometimes you find something on the table, you taste to just to know, for curiosity purposes. I've taken a puff, just to know what's happening, and I coughed seriously. But I've never been to that because of what happened. Yes, sir.
Is it that you made up your mind not to go into it, so you kind of like know the circle you move with, or the kind of friends that you go out with?
Now, to me, it's a decision I made when I was young because of what I went. So I made up my mind from the word go when I was young that I will not take any drug, so that, because I thought if I take any, then it will make me do certain things that my father did. So I made up my mind I don't want to take that direction whatsoever. Yes, and I'm not trying to judge any. I'm not trying to judge any other person. People have different experiences, the rest, and to some people it works for. That's why we called. There are certain things which are called, the Nazarene laws. Your Nazarene laws. These are things that of course is okay for someone else, but to you it doesn't work. So to me, it never worked because of that. I didn't want a replica of what happened.
Oh, tell us about hustling in Kenya. Now you are in Nairobi, so tell us about the hustling in Kenya. How is the lifestyle there? Talking about work, the youth, and all that. Are they getting jobs and all that? Lifestyle, cost of living, and everything.
If you Google right now online, you'll find that Nairobi is one of the cities that is one of the most hectic cities in Africa and probably in the world. It's a very busy city, and life can be quite challenging. Now, if you can succeed in Nairobi, then you can succeed anywhere in the world. Yes.
What about Accra? If you can succeed in Ghana, you can succeed everywhere.
My friend, as much as you are talking about Ghana, because I know what happens in Ghana, I've studied a little about Ghana and the rest, but I can tell you that if you can succeed in Nairobi, Kenya, then you have the license to go to any corner of the world to succeed. Another place I can compare to Nairobi is Lagos, Nigeria. Lagos, Nigeria is now, what happens in Nairobi is that when you talk of jobs, that's a proverb. So anyone going to school, you don't go to school with the mindset of getting a job. You go to school with the mindset of developing yourself so that you can start something for yourself. And many youths have found themselves at quagmire situations because they went to school with the mindset of, let me finish, get a job, and start helping my families. Now, that is not a mindset nowadays. Nowadays, you go to school and you don't need to go in the line of your profession. If you're waiting to go in the line of your profession, you'll be 200 years old with nothing to show. In fact, you'll even go to depression. I always advise young people, because of my nature of talking, I like doing illustrations, okay? I like doing illustrations, and you'll allow me do illustrations if you've been watching my videos.
I brought you here purposely for this. So whatever illustration you have to do it. I want people to know something from our interview.
DJ Nyami, as you can see right now, when you face one direction, when you look at one direction in your studio right now, you will not only see the thing in front of you, you will see many things besides you. True or false?
True.
Now, if you have something like a pipe, like what I'm using right now, and you only look through the pipe, believe you me, you will only see one point where the pipe is narrowing your view to.
Yeah.
Are you getting that? Now, the same thing applies. When you look at university, at going to school and getting a job, then you're looking at life maybe through a pipe. only in a focused direction, and you will not see the kind of opportunities around you that you can also cash into. The word university originates from the word universal, okay? Meaning including other things. You don't only go there to acquire education. You go there to acquire connections. You go there to acquire certain skills. And that is a field for someone to also develop their gifts. And one thing I can tell young people, if you know, a young person, as much as you also have needs, but you discover that your responsibilities are not too many. So you realize that you have needs for only yourself. That is, if you're not married. Even if you're married, then you still have a very small family. Now, the older you become, the more responsibilities come your way, and the lesser time you have for yourself. So when you're still young and you can still find some time that you're not doing anything, then that's the time for you to develop your gift. Yes, because a time will come when someone tells you to do what you like. It will be illogical because the responsibilities that are coming that need your time and that need your attention may not allow you to do anything else apart from that is putting food on your table. So before you get to the point where you will not have time for yourself, before you get to that point, please find something to be doing with your life. So find an area, a gifting, because everyone has something unique in them that they can do apart from what they acquired in school. That is why when someone is in school, it is good for them to join clubs and associate with people because that kind of things make you discover more of yourself. But if you only go to class, come back to the hostel, go to class, come back to the hostel and get your A's, you can be an A student in school but become an E student in life. So in order to extend, to be all-round successful, you need to broaden your thinking and connect with different people so you can find yourself and bring the best out of yourself. Everyone has something important. Unfortunately, people think a gift is things like maybe music, dancing, comedy, and all those, being a celebrity and the rest. There are people who you may not see on TV, but they are doing their gift. Someone's gift could just be hospitality. Someone's gift could just be cooking, but people ignore such kind of small things. And I can tell you, anything that you find yourself doing and enjoying, anything that you do and say to yourself, wow, that was a great day, your destiny is hidden there. There is some things that your friends keep on telling you, so and so, by the way, you can do this best. Analyze those things that people keep telling you, the positive things that people keep telling you. Those things could be pointing to the area of your gift. And then there is something that is called the exasperation. What exasperates you? That is what annoys you to anger. What is it that you hate you hate seeing in people? Probably you hate it when people just dress somehow, people just mix colors somehow. Maybe you're meant to be a fashion and designer and you're sleeping on your gift. Because when the same thing that's annoying you, someone else does not even bother about it. So for it to annoy you, it means you are created with a solution to it. Yes, you are created to offer that solution. That is why the thing is attracting your attention and you're not feeling good about it. Maybe sometimes you just don't like the way women are treated. You don't just like the way children are treated. You are called to offer that solution, to be the ambassador, to represent them, to fight for their rights. Everything that. But you know what's happening, my brother? Many times people are waiting to be perfect to start. People are waiting for ideal situation when everything is right. That is when I will start. But I can tell you for a fact, there is no ideal situation in life. Something will always be out of joint at every stage in life. Even Jesus Christ, the Son of God, was born in a manger because there was no room for him to be born. If the Son of God could not be born in ideal situation, and you are waiting for ideal situation to born your gift, it will not come. That is why I always encourage people that as you are waiting to be perfect to begin, others are making mistakes and becoming perfect in the process. Begin at your stage, because When motivation does not make you start, motivation joins you as you're doing something, and that's when you become something in this life. Yes, my brother.
I like the parts that you were talking about, the school, university. And most of the youth, they go to university, they choose all kind of courses and all that. When they are done, some of the courses that they choose, even when they finish school here in Africa, you can't find a job to do. Some of the courses, I'm not saying all.
Yes.
People go to school, they finish school, and they say they are waiting for government to give them work. Government cannot employ everybody, but like you are saying, and they look disappointed. Instead of them to, they have acquired some knowledge, some skill to come and apply and create something. They are all looking for jobs, and they say there is no job. There is no job. So if there is no job, the system is hard. The system is hard. Everybody is saying it here in Africa. What are you telling them apart from what you said earlier?
Now, many times people go to university or colleges, instead of going to build their knowledge, they go to build their ego. So when they come out of that place, they don't want to do anything. They don't want to start small and do things that probably are not looking classy. So you see, someone is frustrated. They cannot meet their basic needs, but their ego cannot allow them to go and start maybe working in a hotel somewhere. Most of the problems that we experience is ego. How will people see me? Yet I went to school, yet I'm a graduate. And as you say that, you realize that there are things you cannot postpone. You cannot postpone eating, you cannot postpone paying rent, and you cannot postpone all those things. Yet your ego is keeping you at bay and bringing more frustration into your life. Yet you find that the same people, when they get the same job that despising in Africa, outside Africa, they do it with joy. I agree with that.
Yeah.
They do it with joy. They do it with joy and say, wow, I've gotten a job. Fantastic. I understand that the payments are different, yes. But you can start, you can start from anywhere. You can start small, but have an international vision. You can start small, but your vision is not to stay there. That is just a stepping stone towards where you want to be. So what I would encourage young people.
We don't want to start from somewhere. We don't want to start from scratch.
Yes, we want to go big. We want to go full blown from the word go. Yes, maybe someone even has a talent, but they don't want to start. Maybe they don't want to start small. They want to go full blown immediately, which may not happen. So you must first of all deal with your expectation, so that you be realistic to yourself, and get to know that everything begins from bottom to top. The only thing that begins from top to bottom is a grave. So just make up your mind that you want to begin small. You come from university, you come from college, yes, you don't have anything doing. Please lower your ego and begin from somewhere. You don't remain where you began. You start from that point.
Let's talk about, okay, I finished university. Let's talk about environment. Let's talk about friends. Let's talk about society.
Yes.
As you are saying that, people will say, oh, he has finished university, but look at the job he's doing. He couldn't do any better thing. He is now doing security. He's now doing this. Let's talk about the environment, the society, the circle.
There are standards that the society have set for people. There is a model that the society has formed for people to live, the way they want you to live. Now, what I keep telling people is that there is no way you can please people and fail to be an enemy of yourself. The moment you want to please people, and that has been a major source of failure in all aspects of life, the moment you want to please people, my friend, you are only increasing the degree at which you become an enemy to yourself. So now the society, sometimes it's quite unfortunate that sometimes the people who criticize you are living in squalor, are living worse than you. Now, if they're living worse than you, you can only advise me if you are better than me so that I can copy you. But sometimes the people who criticize you, talkers of nonsense, are living worse than you. So people who are regretting are criticizing you. and we embrace that.
Mm.
Anyone who has succeeded, anyone we admire, did not conform to the norms of the society and to the demands of the society.
Mm.
Yeah, you must stand out by knowing what you want. That is when you can be something. But if you want to please the society, you are losing your originality. Yes. So, well, they say they are even if they mock you for being a watchman and the rest, but but that watchman is working for you. That watchmanship is working for you at that point. So, to me, the best way to deal with society, the best way to deal with society is work on yourself, so that the same thing they used to mock you will be a point of inspiration. That they say, "Wow, this guy was a mere watchman at some time back, but see him right now." You know what happened is that anytime you begin doing something, anytime you begin pursuing your destiny, the number one thing that will come is mockery. After mockery, it becomes jealousy. They will mock you for what you're doing. Then when they see you persist and succeeding in that thing, they start hating you. All right. After that, when you keep succeeding, they start becoming jealous of you. Now, after jealousy, and you keep succeeding and keep going higher and higher, it gets to a point that they don't have any option except to celebrate you. So you realize that someone hates you, but they respect you by force. But many people leave before they get to that point.
What about talking too much about your plans?
Now, when you talk too much about your plans, it's very dangerous, because you are sending signal to your mind that you have already achieved that thing. And you know, your mind, your subconscious mind, does not know to differentiate the reality and imagination. So when you're already sending signals to your mind that you've already achieved it, then your mind is celebrating in advance. Now, when your mind celebrates in advance, you lose the enthusiasm to pursue it, and you may end up failing. You may not end up not getting it completely. On the other hand, when you celebrate something before prematurely, you are inviting enemies, people who may come in to interject, and you may not even get it. That is, you've had in many cases ladies who like boasting about their girlfriend, their boyfriends, posting them anywhere. You just discover that their very close friend went and snatched the boyfriend away, and they go about crying left, right, center. No, sometimes when you celebrate certain things prematurely, you are exposing yourself to attack, because any good thing is fought either by nature or by human being. Yeah, sometimes it is good to close your mouth so you can cook that thing. When it is cooked, when it's well cooked, you only share it when it gets to the point where no one can do anything about it. Yes, sir.
Let's talk about procrastination. You know, most of the youth, some people have plans. They say, "Oh, Charlie, you know, I don't know whether you've noticed when we are broke, that is when we have plans. We have good plans. When I have money, I'll do this. I'll do this. This is the project. This is what I want to do. This is where I want to start from." But when you get some small money, then things change. Then we forget ourselves. Then we say, "Tomorrow I'll do it." Oh, when I get another money, I'll do this. When I get this thing, I'll do it. I'm ready for it. Oh, next week. And then we keep changing, and we keep having different plans, and we want to do this. We want to go here. We want to go here. We kind of are trying to do so many things at the same time. Then we end up coming to zero square.
Sometimes challenges become a very good teacher, but we forget the lessons that we learned during adversity when things become well. You know, when things are hard, your mind works very clearly. Yes, that's but when money comes, money takes over. So money is thinking on your behalf. So many times, you know what happens is this. Especially when money comes that probably you have not worked for, or money that you didn't expect. You know, money, it comes, so when certain money comes that is probably beyond your mental wavelength. Okay? So it stops you from thinking, because you think that you already have all it takes. Until this money reduces, and you're now seeing, oh, this money is going. So when the money has reduced and has now come to the level of your mindset, That is when you wake up and you now start budgeting with something too minute to budget with. So that is why it is very good to have plans before money comes, so that money lands on a plan. When money lands on a plan, you discover that no money will be big. Why? Because the plan will consume it before you waste it. But when money comes, you know, it's like, for example, having your computer there, and you are trying to search for a software that you have not installed inside your laptop. When you try searching for Kelly inspiration in your laptop and you have not saved anything of that kind, your computer will tell you file not found. The same way, when money lands into your mind, when money comes into your hand, your mind will be searching investment ideas. There is no investment idea, your mind will tell you investment idea not found. And so your mind will create scenarios that will ensure that this money goes out immediately, so you'll be at peace. Because your mind is naturally created to defend in all aspects. So when something comes that is disturbing your mind does not know this thing is positive or negative for me. So money has come and is now destabilizing you. You want to look for avenues to spend it because your mind wants to remain free. When the money is gone, your mind now remains free. That is when you start thinking differently. And that is why people talk of saving when the money is already gone. Now, when you talk of procrastination is a major thief of destiny. Anyone regretting is regretting because they postponed doing something. The difference between successful people and the opposite is that all of them dreamt, all of them had visions, one executed while the other one is still planning. That is the only thing. Now, you know, people have a way of branding procrastination so that it looks like they are visionary, or it looks like they're still patient. Like God's time is the best time. While God already released you a long time ago, but you are fantifying and making procrastination look nice. You are sugarcoating it. Yes. Now, and also I mentioned the other. You know, one major cause of procrastination is fear. You think you will not get the result that you anticipate. Okay. You think that, hey, will I really succeed if I begin? So yes. Now, sometimes the best way to deal with fear is, first of all, sitting down and writing everything that you think you're afraid of. You realize that some of them are mere bluffs. Another thing that causes procrastination is lack of plans of achieving that thing. When your mind realizes that there is no clear direction of achieving something, it will look for an excuse to not do it. Why? Because it thinks you are playing games on it if you're not given it 1+1 direction to follow in achieving it. If you talk to yourself that okay, fine, I want to write a book, and you just make it big like that, you may not start writing that book. But if you tell yourself, I want to be writing at least an article every day, you are writing the book and you don't know. A time will come, you have enough articles that are just put together to form a book. But if you just make it big like that, you'll be afraid of what you want to do, and you may not end up doing it completely. So now that brings me to the third point. Break your vision into small, achievable goals. With that, it wouldn't appear so big and scary, and you will start doing it. Everyone at our age has eaten more than one whole cow, but you did not sit down with that one cow and chewing it slowly by slowly. What happened is that every time you had a plate of meat in front of you, you were eating that part of that cow. So you break it down to small, achievable steps and goals, and that is how you end up achieving what you want to achieve. But if you just go amorphously, if you just make things general, you may not achieve anything. And then one thing people forget is that you don't feel when you are growing old. You don't. I just woke up one day and I discovered I'm 30, and I'm wondering, wow. So this is how is it? And you don't feel you're 30. One day you just wake up and discover you're 50. One day you just discover you are 60. And looking back, you look at the kind of a person you would have been that you don't have the power to be, and you consider yourself a waste, and you start feeling bad about yourself. So there is no right time to begin. The right time to begin is now. Many years to come, you look at yourself and ask yourself, if you only began when that vision came into your mind, you'd be very far. And that is what is eating a lot of visions among young people and young person.
And also, let's talk about jealousy, competition, looking at your friends, looking at somebody. I want to get to where the person has gotten to. I want to achieve this. I want to get this. You know, most of the youth, we do that when we see flashy things. We also want to get there.
Now, right now, I may not be jealous of a lawyer because I don't want to be a lawyer. Now, most of the times when you see someone is jealous, that is someone who does not know his or her direction in life. Because number one thing they don't understand is that people are different in all aspects. And comparison is only allowed when circumstances are homogeneous. That is when you can compare. But the fact that we are different in all aspects does not qualify comparison in any aspect of our lives. Now, you're only jealous of someone who you think is having what you should have, someone who you think you're better than but is having what you're looking forward to having, or someone that you think has what you deserve. That's the kind of person that you're jealous of. But no matter how someone is doing better now, if you also don't believe in yourself and you don't have a vision, you'll be jealous of people who are succeeding even in things that you cannot succeed in. So if you have a vision and you believe in yourself, no matter how someone succeeds, it will not bother you. Why? Because you know very well that it's a matter of time, I will get there. Now, what people don't forget, the reality in life that people don't forget is that there will always be someone better than you, no matter how good you are. If you think no one is better than you, it's because you're not well exposed. You will discover that someone is doing that thing at a level you will salute them whether they like it or not. So it's like driving on the road. No matter how fast you drive, there will always be someone in front of you. And so also, no matter how slow you drive, you'll always be in front of someone. So the only person you need to compare yourself with is the person you were yesterday. If you're better than the person you were yesterday, then it is better to crawl forward than run backwards. You're in the right direction. It's a matter of time. If you can be better than yourself every day, if you can improve yourself daily, no matter how slow you're moving, one day you'll get there. And when you get there, you'll appreciate yourself. It is better, if you jump up, if you jump up, you definitely fall down. But if you grow up, you'll stay up. Many people want to jump up. When you don't jump up, you don't have the stamina to suspend yourself in the air. You definitely fall down. That is why when you grow, slowly by slowly doing something, you'll have the tenacity, you'll have the strength to stay when you finally get up there. That is why mostly those who suffered, maybe those who went through serious trials, a lot of challenges as they were, they were struggling about something. The way you struggle with the studio, you understand. Maybe when you started, you'd have like 2 views, 10 views, and the rest. But right now, you have more than 15,000 following on Instagram and the rest. You realize that it is very difficult for you to go back. Why? Because as you are growing, you acquire the formula for growth in the process. So anything that you acquire without a formula will definitely go back because you don't have the formula to sustain it. But we live in a generation which I will call the microwave generation. Young people want it now, regardless of how they get it. Now, whatever comes easily will definitely go easily. So what I would tell young people is that focus on yourself. If you still look sideways to look at people and compare yourself with people, it means you don't have time to focus on yourself. You're not doing anything important for yourself. If you're busy concentrating on what is building your life, you not have time to look sideways. Now, what will comparing yourself help you with? It will only demoralize you and make you think you're less a human being, which is quite detrimental to yourself. So look at yourself and keep building yourself. Don't distress yourself by looking at other people. You don't know where they're coming from. You do not share the same challenges as you're growing up. You do not share the same opportunities as you're growing up. All of you grew up differently, and there are people who are breaking certain barriers in their lives. No one in their lineage has ever done anything that they're doing. So they're breaking that barrier. They're breaking the grounds, while other people are riding on their relatives, on their parents, foundations or something that already built. When your age mate is driving, and probably they're coming from a rich family, don't compare yourself with them, because you have to buy the first car in that family, so you can't compare yourselves. Yes. And that is
I saw your video, one of your videos. You were talking about the fastest way to know someone's character. I saw it, and I also saw the video. You were talking about onions and all that.
Yes, I was talking about onions on on that character side. Maybe you paraphrase me. I'll just joke me. I've done many videos. Sometimes I may not even remember. Yes.
This one says this very one is the latest one. You said that be careful with decisions you make when you are desperate.
I was curious, I don't know whether it has happened to you. Maybe you are born in a silver platter. Maybe you're born on the throne. I don't know. But some of us, hunger was part of life. And sometimes when you enter the house and you're very hungry and there's nothing to eat, you find anything that cannot kill you, you will eat that thing. So if you get to the house and realize there's no food completely, there's nothing to be eaten, nothing to eat completely, and you find lemon around, you will land on that lemon and destroy that lemon thoroughly, like it is very delicious food. However, you cannot eat lemon when there is food, when there is something to be eaten. You can't eat lemon because it's very bitter. Sometimes it even sets your teeth on edge. It makes your teeth irritating. Now, I was telling people, sometimes you need to be very careful with the kind of decisions you make, because you can only eat this lemon when you're desperate of food. Because sometimes we make such very, very dangerous and deadly decisions because we are desperate. Sometimes maybe someone the age is catching up with the person, and they're not married, and the society is talking and all kinds of things. Their parents are putting pressure on them, so they end up picking any Tom, Dick, and Harry to marry, just to stop that, because they're desperate, not knowing that they're just escalating their problems because you have just chewed lemon. And when your eyes open, you discover that it's already too late, and your teeth is already at age. The person has already destroyed your life permanently. That's why I keep telling people, you'd rather marry late and get it right than rush into destruction. I'll do that.
Mr. Kelly.
Yes, sir.
What's your take, before I leave you, what's your take on we going to school and not learning any skill? Talking about skill, not only school, but skill. I'm talking about skill. Some people learn carpentry, painting, all those things. But most of the youth now, we should go to school and go and do reading, do this program a year and there without learning any skill. What do you have to say about it?
What we learn in school is preparing you to become a good employee. But the skill you learn for yourself is preparing you to become a self-employed and self-boss. If you only focus on what you learn to school, you'll be a very good employee. You learn for people for the rest of your life. But if you focus on something that you acquire, that you build by yourself, you're preparing yourself so that no matter what happens, you can work for yourself, because a skill you acquire, no one will sack you. You'll only sack yourself. So everyone should have an extra skill that they've acquired that they can land on in case of anything. Yes, so as you go to school and the rest, please acquire something, even if it's a matter of, even if you acquire sales skills, it's very, very important. Even if you acquire public speaking skills, even if you acquire maybe you acquire a little things with IT, how to operate computers and the rest, building website and the rest, there are a lot of skills that you need to acquire in the process, so that when rubber meets the road and things are not right, you have something to do in your life. So people should broaden their view of education. In most cases, they say that education begins after school. Yes, sir.
Okay, let's talk about social media. Now we are all using social media. Are we using it wisely? Are we making money out of it? Or you look at the youth now, most of them are on social media. Are they using it well?
Many people go to social media to acquire depression.
To acquire depression.
Yes.
Really?
Now, yes. Now the thing is this: what people do. Sometimes when you get to social media and you see how your age mates are scooping life, you may think something is wrong with you. What you don't know is that people choose what they post for you. They may not post the reality that they're facing. They're posting an event that happened somewhere that you don't know how it happened. That's what they're showing you. I wish you could know exactly what they're going through. You would not admire their lives. Now, on the other hand, social media is a university on its own, and many people have acquired skills just through social media. I know of many powerful video editors that never went to any film industry. They just acquired these skills through social media. I have learned a lot through social media. So social media can be very powerful, very good for you. Social media can also reduce your life. Many people acquired a sexual perversion through social media as they watch people do all kinds of salacious things, dancing provocatively, talking all kinds of nonsense. They acquire all this baggage that destroy their own lives. So social media will only give you what you want. If you want negativity, that is the headquarter of negativity. If you want positivity, that is the headquarter of positivity. So suppose you determine what you want and get it from it. Otherwise, it can destroy you and mar your life completely.
Wow. Thank you so much, Mr. Ezekiel Kelly, for coming on the show. Any last message and your social media handles and shout out if you want to greet some people, because I know Kenyans will be watching.
Oh yes, Kenyans will be watching. Oh well, do I really need to shout out someone? No, these people already know me. These people, I really appreciate you so much, guys, for your support. Please, my social media handles are at Kelly Inspiration. Anywhere you go to YouTube, you go to Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, it's Kelly Inspiration. You'll get my nuggets of wisdom there, the videos I share here and there. And I'm also available if you want to invite me to come and speak to your team or anywhere, please, I'm available. If you want us to have some personal, sessions on a few areas, maybe of concern, why not? I'm available for such. You can just contact me. My contacts are all over. When you get any of my social media and you DM me, I will find it there. If you'd like to get my books, they're all over. They're available. You can get them from my website, www.kellyinspiration. You can download it there, or you can contact me through my email. It's also there on my social media, and even there is no social media platform that you won't get my contact. So you can acquire my book on soft copy or whichever way. Otherwise, what I keep telling people in this life is that anything is achievable, and never look down on yourself. What you think, I mean, so long as something has landed in your mind, it's a clear indication that it can land in reality. So let nothing, block your mind and make you think that you're inadequate. The people that we thought were inadequate surprised us with results. Yes, sir.
Thank you so much, Kelly Inspiration, for passing through SVTV Africa, straight from Kenya on Daily Hustle Worldwide. All you need is the internet. So if you have internet, my show is open. You can come. Kenyans, make one account, make we chat now. So thank you so much. If you love our videos, subscribe to our channel. Follow us on all social media, and this is SVTV Africa, anywhere. YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, everywhere is SVTV Africa. So subscribe to our channel. My name is DJ Nyame. Big shout out to my production team, DJ Click, Sharon, and Tina. If you see me in town, just say tour, and I'll respond to tour. So tour, I'm out. Okay.
Hi there, my name is Calibos, the only boss with one S. Happy New Month to all of you. Welcome to a month of new possibilities. Do you know why life has been made so easy? It's because of Tap. People, Tap is here to make your life easy if you want to transfer money to Ghana, if you want to transfer from USA, if you want to transfer from UK, Europe, Canada, a lot of places all to Ghana. And guess what? When it comes to Ghana, there's no e-levy charge. So, what are you waiting for? Download Tap on Google Play Store and App Store and be ready for exciting offers coming your way each time, every time on Tap.
Tap Send. Send more, spend less.
Are you a Ghanaian living abroad and are you having problems running errands in Ghana? Don't worry anymore. Sumafo is a mobile app that enables you to run errands in Ghana in a safe, affordable, and fast way. Our services are caring and assistance services. We'll visit your elderly relatives and connect them to needed health care. Errand services will buy and send groceries, birthday cakes, supplies to homes, offices, and schools. Confirmation services will provide third-party confirmation video for contractors' work, and personal representation services will represent you at functions such as funerals and marriages. Download the Sumafo app on Google and iOS stores and enjoy the convenience of running errands in Ghana at your fingertips. Sumafo, send your love home.